Hi, I'm Sudarshana and today I'm going to make some vegetable risotto. Risotto is basically a rice dish with Italian origins in which the rice is slow cooked with vegetables and vegetable stock. This is not really an authentic version of the risotto, but a good vegetarian version of it in which it's pretty easy and healthy, I would say. To make risotto we would need these. This is 1 cup soaked rice, 1 cup soaked rice. You can soak it in water wash and soak the rice for about say half an hour. This is zucchini and squash. I've chopped zucchini and some squash, that's around 1 cup. Some chopped mushrooms, onion, 2 medium size, 1 large carrot, some green bell peppers, capsicum, and baby corn chopped. Need almost half a stick of butter actually. This is some cheddar cheese. I'm not putting in a lot of cheese. Some garlic. I've got vegetable stock already prepared, this store bought. You can use chicken stock, or if you are a non-vegetarian, that is. This is light cream. I've mixed little cream with milk so that I don't have to use a lot of cream. This basically gives the richness to the dish. And some seasoning. I've got some mixed herbs and basil and some paprika for the heat. So let's get started. Switch on. Yes. We'll take the butter. Let it heat up a little. So butter has melted. Now we'll throw in the onions. So now we've added the onions and we let it caramelize for a while. Once the onions go translucent, we'll add a wee bit of salt. Some salt, that's the taste. We can add later if we, and a little bit, like literally really little bit of sugar to help it caramelize. It's an option if you want your onions to grow, like caramelize a little faster. This is one good way of going about it. Otherwise also it doesn't take that long anyway. So the salt makes the onions wet, and once all the water is out of the onion, it basically starts to brown a little, and that's what we're looking for. They are all translucent. So this is almost done. At this stage you just put in the garlic. Like, depends on you. I like garlic, so I'll be using a little more. Keep the flame a little towards the medium, not too high. So the onions change in color. It is a little brownish now. So now we can start tipping in the vegetables one by one, starting with carrot. Because carrot takes a little longer to cook, so you just saute it a little. Then we'll dip in the squash and the zucchini. Let them all saute a little before we start dipping in the other vegetables. So now we've sauteed this for like a minute or two. You can put in the green bell peppers, the capsicum. We're putting the mushroom at the end because mushroom tends to cook very, very quick. And then in fact, if you overcook the mushroom, or like it usually dissolves, you won't be able to even make out what you are doing. So I put the baby corn now, and seems like a lot of vegetables. The quantity of vegetables up to you. I like it with a lot of vegetables, so there's no hard and fast rule that you should put in specific quantities of everything. It's all because things that I might like, the other might not. And everyone has their own taste and choice. So we'll saute this for another couple of minutes before we put in the mushroom. So we've been sauteing this vegetables for the past 2 or 3 minutes. Now we're putting the mushroom. So all these vegetables are not really cooked, like to the core. We'll be cooking rice with it, and everything will end up cooked in the end. Because we'll be cooking it with vegetable stock, so it's alright if you don't need to really saute the vegetables till they are cooked through. So the mushrooms are decently sauteed, and now we'll drain the rice and now what we're going to do is we'll drain the rice. We're doing to remove majority of water. Now we need it to be creamy, and we don't need the grains to be sticking out in this dish. So what we'll do is we'll like crush the rice a little, break it, and that'll happen easily because it's well soaked. So traditionally you're supposed to use arborio rice, that's the Italian rice, but then I'm using the regular rice that's available in stores nearby, so that shouldn't be a problem. Don't worry, you don't need to drain it through and through. Just remove all the excess water. That should be good. Take the rice. Alright. I'll dip in the rice, give it a nice mix. We'll keep the flame medium, not too high, not too low. Keep it too low, then it will take a very long time. And too high, you won't get the texture that you're looking for. So since I put a lot of vegetables, you might not feel the creaminess of the rice, but then you won't see the rice at all actually, because it would have nicely melted and it would have turned creamy with all the cooking. Let it rest for a while. Now if you see, the rice has, all the water has almost evaporated, or rather the rice has taken in all the water, the vegetable and the rice. So at this stage we can start adding stock little by little. Let's shake. I'm using like little more than half a liter of stock. We won't put in the entire thing in one go. So we need to add enough stock to just submerge the rice and the vegetable, but nothing more. So give it a mix, flatten it out, and yeah, put the lid on. So this way the cooking happens very fast, faster than, and you can save fuel. So it's a good thing to do. So let this be for another 3 or 4 minutes, till again all the stock gets soaked in by the rice and the vegetables, when we'll add some more stock. So this process has to be repeated till all the stock is over, and by which time the rice and the vegetables will be cooked through and through. So that's what we're looking for. So now the water is almost gone, I mean the stock. Time to add some more. So this entire process has to be repeated like 3 or 4 times at least. I mean, as in when you see the water, the stock has been absorbed, you need to add more. So, stock. So initially we are using the vegetable stock. Once the stock's done, once the rice absorbs all the stock, we'll switch to our milk and cream mixture. So I've been adding stock, letting it cook, letting it absorb, then adding stock again. So at this stage, if you see, the rice is almost cooked. So this rice that I'm using is not really short grain, and the rice that actually is used, the variety, is really short grain and has a lot of starch content. So it breaks down very easy and becomes very creamy when there is a lot of starch. So this one doesn't have that much, but then yeah, it should taste alright. It should taste nice rather. So time to add the last bit of the stock. Let's give it a good shake and pour it in. So if you see, rice is almost turned into a pulp, almost, and the vegetables are cooked, the rice is cooked, and we're done with the stock. So now we start making this whole dish richer by adding the cream and the milk. So time to put back the lid on. But keep in mind that you don't leave it for too long or else the rice might stick to the bottom and end up burning, which we don't want. We leave this for a couple of minutes, not more. Not even a couple of minutes, in fact, a little less than that. And we'll come back. Couple of minutes, let's check. Yeah, all the water is gone, all the stock's gone. Now at this point we can start adding the milk cream mixture. So I won't be adding it in one go, as usual. Add a little, say half of the one, and let it soak in. So slow cooking ensures that all the goodness doesn't just evaporate but gets absorbed. Hence we add all our liquid ingredients little by little. I can add a little more. I'll be adding this in three installments. If you now observe, the risotto is becoming a little creamier, obviously because we've added the cream, but then the texture itself. Let this thicken a little, and we'll add the last bit of the cream and milk. Keep stirring because there's a high chance of risotto sticking to the bottom. You don't want anything crusty or burnt, right? So and this also helps in improving the texture of the risotto. Makes it a little more creamier. Now it has thickened a bit. We'll add the rest of the cream and milk mixture. Outside we'll just put a little water and clean it up. Just clean. There's no measurement for water or stock or the cream. It's all, anyway, it all has to either evaporate or get absorbed. So depending on your taste, how rich you want the risotto, you could add as much cream as you want, but do not make it too watery, of course. Let this thicken a bit. At this stage we can start adding in our seasonings. We've already added salt. We'll add a little bit of the mixed herbs that I have. Have some basil. You could add anything, this is as per your taste, purely. And some paprika, on how much heat do you want. Paprika as such is not really hot, so I'll be adding a little extra. Give it a mix. So this is almost done. At this stage we can add our cheese. See, this is pretty creamy. Lots of vegetables, though you cannot really make it out by looking. But then you know how much we did put in. So we'll add the cheese. I've just diced them, not grated. You could grate them. It will be easier for it to melt and mix in. Wait for the cheese to melt. When that's done, it's ready to go. another minute or so. Now the risotto is ready finally. I checked the seasoning, salt and the spice, everything, and adjusted according to my taste buds. You should probably do the same. Now time to plate it up. Switch off. So I've put it in a plate. I've cut some olives, green olives. You can use black. And I'll just use it to decorate it a little. You can use parsley or anything to add more color to it. To finish the plating, we can add a couple of slices of toast and have one small patty that I've made. So yeah, that's about it. So this is the final finished product. Please do try and let me know how you like. Thanks a lot.